अस्सलाम वालेकुम दोस्तों, मैं हूं एमएस इकबाल और आप देख रहे हैं ट्यूटोरियल्स। आज का जो हमारा टॉपिक है वो है बिज़नेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के हम एमसीक्यूज़, हलशुदा एमसीक्यूज़, सॉल्व्ड एमसीक्यूज़ पढ़ने वाले हैं। तो आइए शुरू करते हैं। सबसे पहले नंबर 1 पर हैं जी, पब्लिक अकाउंट्स जनरली परफॉर्म दीज सर्विसेज: इनकम टैक्स सर्विसेज, मैनेजमेंट एडवाइजरी सर्विसेज and independent auditing services. Identify the organization created by Congress to regulate security markets, including flow of information from companies to public. SEC. Select the term that describes a cash distribution to a corporation stockholders. A dividend. Frederick Winslow Taylor work book entitled The Principles of Scientific Management is published in 1911. One of the most successful industrialists and the father of modern personal management is W. Taylor, who has the major contributions in the theory of bureaucracy. Max Weber. Which one of the following MNCs, multinational corporations, has the higher revenues during mid-90s? A. General Motor, B. IBM, C. AT&T, D. General Electric. The option is E. None of the above. Give the name of the author who has the major contributions in the field of marketing. J. Stanton. The profit margin is a ratio between the corporation's net income and total revenues. MNCs, multinational companies, are responsible for the majority of foreign direct investment (FDIs) and have a higher revenues than the national income of some of the countries they serve. Fully agreed. Earned but uncontrolled revenues that are recording and adjusted process recorded with a credit to the revenues and debit to the expense is called accrued revenues. Which one of the following is not a part variable of the marketing mix? 4 P's: person. The major steps in the accounting cycle are the following. The procedure used in worksheet. Which of the following items is not unique to the financial statements of the merchandising companies? A. Cost of goods sold. B. Gross profit. C. Account receivable. D. Net sales. E. All of the above. F. None. 15. The repairs made to keep a plant or asset in normal and good operating condition are called ordinary repairs. A company that owns more than 50s of another company and controls that corporation is known as consolidated co. The process of individual growth in the full utilization of a person's managerial capabilities is called management development. It is true. Promotion is not a part of marketing. Not agreed. A way of analyzing leadership style where leaders are classified on a grid with 2 dimensions is called managerial grid. Robert Owen is known as the father of modern personal management. No. Most preferred stock pays a fixed dividend at regular intervals. It is true. Any increase in an asset item is a source of funds. It is true. Depreciation is a bookkeeping entry that allocates the cost of assets against income but does not involve any movement of capital. It is false. The maturity of a security relates to the owner's ability to convert it into cash on short notice. It is true. The credit period represents the period of time during which a cash discount can be taken on short notice. It is false. Which ratio is computed with the help of the following: cost of goods sold over inventory turnover. Dash is the right that is delegated to an individual or a department to control specific processes, practices, policies and other matters relating to activities undertaken by person in other departments. Delegated authority. Decentralization is the tendency to disperse decision making in an organized structure. It is true. Programs are plans which are general statements or understandings that guide or channel thinking in decision making. It is true. Dash is that part of managing that involves establishing an international structure of roles for people to fill in and organization staffing. Henry Fayol applied the principle of division of work to all kinds of work, managerial as well as technical. It is true. Dash spell out specific required actions or non-actions, allowing no discretion. Procedures. Business buyers are as geographically dispersed as final consumers. It is false. The distribution between a consumer good and an industrial good is based on the purpose for which product is purchased. It is true. Intensive distribution occurs when the product is stocked in as many outlets as possible. It is true. Merchant wholesalers are independently owned businesses that do not own, take title to the goods they sell. It is false. Merchant wholesalers take legal ownership of the goods they sell. Which of the following elements in a compensation package provides the greatest amount of incentive for salespersons? Commissions. 38 is the process whereby the seller distinguishes between market segments, selects one or more of these segments, and develops products and marketing mixes tailored to each segment is called marketing. Target marketing. Goods that the consumer in the process of selection and purchase characteristically compares on such basis as suitability, quality, price and style are called shopping goods. Product dash is a period of rapid market acceptance and increasing profits. Product growth. Business risk is influenced by the firm's decision to use debt in its financial structure. It is false. The most important function of management is controlling. It is false. A short-term creditor would consider liquidity ratios to be more important than efficiency ratios. It is true. According to Maslow, when a need is satisfied, it tends to lose its ability to motivate. It is true. The term marketing mix refers to the degree of advertising versus personal selling used to market product. It is false. The difference between an agent and a merchant wholesaler is that an agent always takes title but a merchant wholesaler does not. It is false. 47 is the management of working capital is required because of a lack of short-term synchronization between demand and supply. It is true. A manager who believes that people inherently dislike work probably accepts McGregor's theory X. It is true. Inventory carrying costs can be minimized by carrying fewer units in inventory. It is true. A balance sheet is an accounting report used solely for the corporate form of business. It is false. For management, budgeting is perhaps the most powerful forecasting tool. The income statement is a summary of assets, liabilities, and capital. One benefit of using ratio analysis when interpreting financial statement is that ratios facilitate comparisons between different companies. Planning and policy making are primarily functions of top management. An informal organization often exists within a business because A. Not all relationships can be specifically defined. B. Small organizations do not necessarily emphasize strict adherence to the line authority. C. Human behavior naturally crosses established authority lines. The option is D. All of these. Institutional advertising is designed simply to show that the firm is a good place to do business. The current ratio of a firm having rupees 25,000 of current assets, rupees 30,000 of fixed assets, rupees 5,000 of current liabilities and rupees 10,000 of fixed liabilities would be 5:1. The organizational form that replaces individual authority at all levels with group representation is line and staff. Working capital may be expressed as current assets over current liabilities. In a large corporation, the firm's owners are usually its top managers. It is false. Those are stakeholders. The operating break-even point is the point at which operating profits equal revenues minus operating costs. It is false. A sinking fund is a poorly performing mutual fund whose net asset value is declining. It is true. Penetration pricing is used when a marketer introduces a new product at a relatively high price. It is false. The most common channel for consumer products is manufacturer, retailer, consumer. It is true. In the classification of consumer products, convenience products are usually more expensive than shopping products. It is false. During the maturity stage of the PLC, sales increase at faster rate than during any other stage. It is false. A wide span of management results in few organizational levels and a narrow span results in many levels. It is true. The line relationship involves making decisions and acting on them. It is true. Data is defined as formal system of gathering, integrating, comparing, analyzing, and dispersing information internal and external to the enterprise in a timely, effective, and efficient manner. It is true. A manager who believes that people inherently dislike work probably accepts McGregor's theory X. It is true. If a manufacturer gives a 30% discount to retailers and a 10% discount to wholesalers, which type of discount is being given? It is functional, also called trade discount. Publicity differs from advertising in as much as it is a non-paid form of reaching the public. In which stage of the PLC are promotion expenses per product item usually highest? Introduction. Which of the following is not a disadvantage of using a committee? Group deliberation and judgment. 75 is identify the organization established by our federal government to regulate security markets, SEC. 76 is if the credit terms are 2/10 net 30 and the amount of invoice is rupees 4,000, how much is the discount if the invoice is paid in 20 days? For example, the term 2/10 net 30 allows a customer to deduct 2% of the net amount owed if the customer pays within 10 days of the invoice date. If a customer does not pay within the discount period of 10 days, the net purchase amount without the discount is due 30 days after the invoice date. It is 0. Which of the following is not the part of the promotion mix? Product planning. Selling activities include closing the sale. Planning initiates other functions of management. It is true. Managements make things to happen. It is true. The ultimate criterion of control is the extent that activities are completed in ways that lead to more profits. It is false. Computer technology helps the management but does not replace the management. It is true. Promotional mix is also known as communication mix. It is true. Marketing environment is made up of micro environment and macro environment. It is true. Promotional mix is the part of marketing mix. It is true. Marketing strategy consists of specific strategy for target markets, positioning, the marketing mix, and marketing expenditure levels. It is true. A financial manager has a full control over its firm's stock price. It is false. Liquidity ratios measure a firm's ability to meet short-term obligations. It is true. Stock exchange facilitates investment in real assets by providing secondary market to the financial securities. It is true. The organizing function of management includes how tasks to be grouped. The key to motivate today's diversified workforce lies in goal setting. Control should be placed on all activities. The marketing logic by which the business unit hopes to achieve its marketing objective is called marketing strategy. Strategic planning is the process of developing a formal strategy for option A, identifying clear objectives, B, long run survival and growth, C, continuity and consistency, D, all of these. 95 is who are the true owners of corporation? Common stockholders. What does an efficient portfolio provide? Highest possible return and least amount of risk. The economic order quantly ECQ increases when which of the following increases? Carrying costs. The key inputs into discounted cash flow analysis are projected future cash flows. It is true. Market demand for a product is the total volume that would be sold by a defined customer group. It is false. Operation plans apply to the entire organization and establish the organization's overall goals. It is false. Preferred stock has a fixed dividend paid every period forever. So preferred stock is essentially a perpetuity. It is true. The cost of debt is the return that the firm's debtors demand on new borrowing. It is true. With the internal rate of return, we try to find a single rate of return that summarizes the merits of a project. It is true. IBM is example of a manufacturer brand. It is true. Modifying job responsibilities is an example of structural change. It is true. Dash is a statement reporting the effects of a firm's operating, investing and financing activities on cash flows over an accounting period. Cash flow statement. Dash studied 5 chief executives at work and identified 10 managerial roles. Henry Fayol. A product life cycle shows how a product sales or profits may rise or fall over its life. All of the following are fixed assets except stocks. What is the influencing environmental factor when interest rates increase and firms find it difficult to borrow funds? Economic factor. Which of the following is not a market entry strategy? International marketing. Dash is information about physical working conditions, work schedule, and the organizational and social context of a job. A. Job specification. B. Job context. C. Work activities. D. HR policy manual. The option is none of these. The liquidity of a firm is a measure of its ability to pay bills. Market share means how much power a firm has in the market. Dash refers to a management philosophy that requires employers to continuously set and relentlessly meet ever high quality, cost, delivery and availability goals. Management by objective. Beta is a measure of market risk. What is the price of a stock that is expected to pay a 1.00 divided next year if the cost of capital is 14% and the growth rate is 0? It is 14. You wish to borrow $8,000 to be repaid in 24 monthly installments at an annual interest rate of 8%. What is your monthly payment? $361.82. If you invest $600 every 6 months at 8% compounded semi-annually, how much would you accumulate at the end of 10 years? $17,866.85. A commercial bank will loan you $12,250 for 3 years to buy a car. The loan must be repaid in 36 equal monthly payments. The annual interest rate on the loan is 12% of the unpaid balance. How large are the monthly payments? The option is none. What is the future value of $500 investment with a stated rate of 6% compounded monthly for 7 years? It is 760. You are considering investing in a preferred stock that has a dividend of $3.25 per share. The market price of this stock is $48.625. What is the rate of return you would expect to make on this perpetuity? 68%. What is not a disadvantage of traditional file processing system? program data dependence. An enterprise data model is a graphical model which is not a component of a relational database hierarchy. Database application can be divided into 5 categories, which is not a database application category. Personal, a database that supports organization-wide operations and decision-making is an enterprise database. As a small companies begin to achieve success, they tend to adopt some of the tools used in professionally run marketing commas. This is a sign that the firm is in the dash stage of marketing practice, formulated marketing. The concept of a dash is used to describe a cluster of complementary products that are closely related in the minds of the consumers but are spread across a diverse set of industries. Intermediary marketers can increase the value of customers offering by A, raising benefits and reducing cost, B, raising benefits by more than raising the cost, C, lowering benefits by less than the reduction in cost. The option is D, all of the above can increase the customer's value. When a firm sees its competitors as all companies that compete for the same consumer dollars, they are concerned with the dash level of competition, industry level of the competition. The number of channel levels from raw material to final product which a company will participate defines the firm's dash scope, vertical scope. Which of the following best describes the organizational members who integrate and coordinate the work of others? Managers. Dash represent the lowest level of management, first line managers. Which of the following roles is more important for lower level managers than for either middle or top level managers? A, negotiator, B, leader, C, coordinator, D, entrepreneur, E, none of the above. Which of the following skills involve working well with other people? It is human. The phrase most associated with scientifiक मैनेजमेंट इज़ क्वालिटी कंट्रोल। तो दोस्तों ये था हमारा आज का लेक्चर, जिसमें हमने बिजनेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के हवाले से हलशुदा यानी कि सॉल्व्ड एमसीक्यूज़ के बारे में पढ़ा। तो अगर आपको हमारी ये वीडियो पसंद आई, इसको लाइक कीजिए, कमेंट कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए और हमारे चैनल को लाजमी सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और साथ में घंटी का निशान भी लाजमी दबाइए ताकि आपको नई आने वाली वीडियोज़ के नोटिफिकेशन बाकायदगी से मिलते रहें। थैंक यू वेरी मच।